Hey, what is going on, crypto people? What in the world? Yeah, new XRPL Sidechain just released their white paper. Interesting. Jungle Link is in the building. What's going on, brother? Thanks for your follow on Twitter. Absolutely, my friend. Of course, this is how we do. This is what we do, bro. Great to see everything's back. Hopeful for you to continue to rebuild that and get that going, bro. We appreciate you. It's big time content creating community ad for sure. The new XRPL Sidechain white paper is out. Whoa, here's what I'm saying. Dud or stud? Thrive or survive? That's the question. We're going to get into that. Listen, let me just add this. You know, we cannot forget that there is a Bitcoin Cash. Right? We can't forget that there's a Bitcoin Satoshi vision, for crying out loud. In the multiple billions and market cap. Like, we just can't ignore that happened. That happened. Can't just ignore it. It happened. The XRPL is not a slouch. It's genius in motion as a sidechain. Again, I always ask the community, look, tell me about a blockchain and its developers and its community and its DAO community that has come out and said, oh yeah, our thing, it can move anything of value in 3 to 5 seconds for less than a penny. Tell me about the chain, about the community, about the DAO, about the community's content creators have ever echoed those words. I haven't heard it. And so if this sidechain with hooks is the fork of that, but now it has hooks, why can't it be Bitcoin Cash? Why can't, I don't even know how to pronounce this thing. Is it Xahau? Is it Xahau? Is it Xahau? Is it Xahau? I don't even know how to pronounce this thing. I have no idea. But you can't tell me it can't grab market share. I'm going to go over a thread from a big time community ad, Yasin something or another. I'm going to share his thread. Is it a thread now? Post? I don't know. I'm going to share it from X. Interesting. I disagree with a couple of things, but I'll share that. I find it fascinating that both GitHub and Evernodes, when they didn't have to, joined in celebrating this white paper. I found that to be interesting, but they did. You know, I've said on this channel, I've been doing videos lately about this jungle. Look, Ripple and or the XRPL developers made a mistake in the early days. And I probably would put it more so on the developers, but hey, I've said this on video after video. Weren't those dudes employees in the beginning? Evan Schwartz, Stefan Thomas, David Schwartz, weren't they employees in the beginning? Now, we all know that David Schwartz kind of quietly transitioned him out of being an employee. Now he's like an advisor, and now he's an advisor who's shaping the vision. He's shaping the vision of the XRPL, right? And I believe this is Ryan Selkes and some other OGs in the space kind of has some challenges with Ripple, because I just believe, look, in the beginning, whatever time frame you want to put that on, do you want to put that from 2012 to 2018? Do you want to put that from 2012 to 2020? Ripple was guiding the direction of the XRPL. Ripple, the blockchain infrastructure company, not the XRPL developers. Did they get a vote on the direction? Did they get a vote on the direction of the XRPL when came to that fork of the road? Got Codius over here, you got payments, cross-border payments, remittance over here. Did the developers have a say? Look, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. But if you're a developer slant employee, what do you got to say? Once Chris and Brad make a decision, what do you have to say? Right? So my contention, or my thought is, so, you know, we've heard the DS dude not be all excited from Expectar. I don't even remember his name, but his DS on Twitter, on X. We heard him expressing some concerns and some, you know, disgruntledness. Is that a word? Disgruntledness, right? You got Vitze, he like basically said, it's been long enough already. It's been long enough. This Hooks thing's been out, amendment. It's been long enough. What's the holdup? The holdup is, right? You're a developer without really a developer community. The developer community really just got started, what, 2020, 2021, maybe? We got the foundation. You got the, I don't know, right? You got this foundation thing. You got this Ripple X thing. Those things just started. Jungle Lee says, I got to go into the appointment. I watched the recap. I'm not sure ultimately this will gain a lot of traction, but you can't count these guys out. They got a lot of talent. Absolutely. What's wrong? And by the way, what's wrong with being a Bitcoin Cash? Some would argue, especially Roger Ver, that for payments, Bitcoin Cash is significantly better, significantly faster, significantly cheaper. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I always notice that whenever some outside of crypto platforms starts to get into crypto and launch something, Bitcoin Cash is always there. Why? Why is Bitcoin Cash? I haven't seen a thing launch without Bitcoin Cash. So surely these, you know, these guys at XRPL Labs are doing some really great stuff. This is what I'm saying. This is my thoughts. Anyway, we'll get into that. BitBoy Crypto. What in the world? Is it BitBoy Crypto? What in the world? Ben Armstrong, what's going on right now? I hopped on the first few seconds of the live. The name of the channel is still BitBoy Crypto, but Ben is out. Dude has been ousted. It's surprising to me that they mentioned substance abuse in the, you know, that little statement that they did for 30 seconds. They mentioned substance abuse and they mentioned abuse to employees. Who's doing that? Ben? Was Ben doing that? Here's what I'll tell you. If substance abuse is being publicly stated, then it was a problem, because substance abuse is a problem. Like it's a problem. And if they come out with a statement, holding a piece of paper and reading a statement with a blanket face, and they mention that, that was a problem. You know, you got Ben every Sunday doing drive time videos like Crypto Siege, doing drive time videos, going to church. So if substance abuse is in the deal, I wish him well. Absolutely praying for him, because it's a challenge. Substance abuse affects us all. It's not just the person with the substance abuse problem. So I wish him well. I'm not sure that moving to Saudi Arabia is going to be the answer if you got a substance abuse problem and you got money. Yeah. So we'll see. I wish him the best of luck, my friends. So we're going to definitely get into it for sure. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this. If someone knows the pronunciation of that thing, let me know. Let me know how you're pronouncing X-ray Alpha, Hotel Alpha uniform. Let me know. Yeah. We'll go over the numbers because the market's doing what it does. Listen, fam. There's no liquidity in the market. There's no liquidity in the markets, which the digital asset space is part of. You got the digital asset space with the leader being Bitcoin. You got the gold, silver market. You got the S&P. You got the NASDAQ, the market. You want to include housing. That's the markets. There's no liquidity. Alt season happens with excess liquidity. It's not there. And because of what the Fed is doing, right? What they got going on, raising rates, and you got the dollar doing, the dollar is crushing currencies right now. The dollar is, let me say that again. The dollar that everybody keeps talking about has hit its demise, is crushing currencies. Crushing the euro, crushing the yen, crushing the new up and coming BRICS currency. It's crushing them all. Which means the other assets, not great. The liquidity's gone. There's no liquidity. There's no liquidity. There's no alt season without excess liquidity. Got the Fed doing what they're doing, which is causing the markets to respond and react. There's no liquidity. Raising rates, no liquidity. Housing market's about to not look great. No liquidity, no alt season. And I know no one wants to hear it because it's been extremely painful. And this is why this is the challenge for us with risk assets like the digital asset space. Because the experienced institutional smart money knows the market and knows the emotions of the market. And just because we may see 28,000 from where I sit, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'll make a decision on the digital asset space when BTC is at 22 or 23. I'll make a decision there after consulting with my guys, with my guys on this market. Interesting fact, I'll let you listen to Ben and Gareth today. Interesting fact. The reason why people don't make as much money as they should be making in alts is because they're buying the dip. What? Because we're buying the dip is why we're not making as much money as we possibly could? Because the average trader doesn't have institutional grade chart. How many of you guys got some institutional grade charting and charters and TA guys? How many of you guys got that? Live TV. I apologize. Freaking live TV. Right? How many of you guys got that? Most don't. That's why I pay the guys who have access to that stuff to keep me informed. Because so I don't have it. So that's kind of where we are in the market. B. Johnson, what's going on, my guy? I appreciate your time, bro. Appreciate you being here. Michael O2 is in the building. Hooks is a very big deal. It is a very big deal. It is a very, very big deal. Without question. And look, I did a drive time video today, and I'm like, listen, I still got to I got like uploaded and all the other madness. But look, I personally think, don't you think that there's a bunch of developers chomping at the bit to be able to take their project onto the XRPL? Don't you think so? The only reason why they can't hold out any longer and they got to hop on this Ethereum thing with the crazy gas fees and apologize to their community for the fees. Don't you think they're just chopping at the bit to hop on something that can move anything of value in 3 to 5 seconds for less than a penny and be able to tell their community? You don't think they're excited about hooks on the XRPL? Remember, this sidechain is a fork with at minimum everything that's on the mainnet. They say in the white paper that the XLS20 NFT thing is going to be better in their mind than what's coming to the mainnet. So you got this XRPL thing that can move anything of value in 3 to 5 seconds for less than a penny with smart contract capability. You don't think there's projects chomping at the bit to hop on this new thing? I believe they are. Developers understand this. It's just a fork of thing. They understand that. It's not a new thing. It's just a fork of a thing. They understand that. Kind of like I believe, kind of like Root Network and Futureverse. These guys understand that. Now you're talking about smart contract capability. I think they can't wait. This is what I think. Like, this is a new, it's just a white paper. Where's liquidity coming from? I don't know. I don't know. The XRP community may be concerned about burning XRP to get on that thing. But what about everybody else? What about everybody else? Look, just pay attention to Bitcoin Cash. Today, market cap is over $3 billion. Isn't that okay? Jody Doe, what's good, my friend? Isn't that okay? 3 billion in market cap in today's numbers. It's gonna be interesting to see. It's not like the guys at XRPL Labs and Evernode and GateHub are slouches. Those dudes aren't slouches. Those dudes are the real deal. They're the real deal. And XRP Labs might be 3 or 4 dudes. What happens if they may look to get some money? What's going to happen then? I don't know if they will. They might not ever. I don't know. But what if XRPL Labs, just like Flare Network, looks to get some money? You ever think about that? Hopefully they'll do it smart, and hopefully they won't get, you know, the freaking VCs in there and ruin everything. Hopefully, right? But that's happening. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys, that was Miss Crypto Siege. So, right? I'm just saying, just thinking out loud, just linking out loud. Look, we're gonna go with the market. We can go with the numbers. We can go with the numbers, but why for? It's just doing what it's doing. I was listening to Ben Cowan and Gareth Soloway. People are like uninterested, feeling a little bit disenfranchised. No one wants to hear about an alt season that's going to happen in late 2024, 2025. Who wants to hear it? No one. Guess who knows that? Institutions, right? Smart money traders. They know it. I would not be surprised at a 28, 29,000 Bitcoin. Would not be surprised at all, because they know the emotions of the market. And we just got to educate ourselves on how to best check our emotions and understand how this market goes. Look, we talked about it in the stream yesterday, day before. We know the pattern. We get a 60 to 100 day, maybe 120 day, maybe alt season. And we got 3-4 year bear market. That should help us prepare for other stuff, right? Definitely should help us prepare for some other stuff. But that's been the trend, Jody. That's been the trend. All right, let's go with these numbers real quick. Go over CoinGecko. Let's share that real quick. What happened? What happened to my CoinGecko, man? Let's share the numbers because the market's just, bam, it's just doing what it does. According to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is 1.1 trillion. 1.1 trillion. The Bitcoin dominance is at 46 point something percent. 46. Not even at 60, 65% dominance yet. How are we going to move? How are we going to transition to alt season? We ain't got Bitcoin dominance there yet. Bitcoin is trading at $26,155. Ethereum is trading at $1,652. XRP, I thought it said 50 cents for a second. XRP is trading at 52 cents, 52 cents. That's the market. It's been sideways for months. Hasn't changed, family. Has not changed. Let's go over this announcement from the XRPL Labs team, GateHub, and Evernode's chiming in. Interesting stuff here. All right, here's Vitse Then. For 2 years, XRPL Labs has collaborated with other entities with a track record of building on and supporting the XRPL ecosystem. Together, together we published the white paper for this Xahau. I don't know, is it Xahau? I have no idea. An XRP ledger protocol chain. We're proud to publish the Xahau white paper alongside of GateHub. Who is Alloy Networks? Alloy Networks is an XRPL validator, ZapHub XRPL default hubs. All right, there it is. All right, Alloy Networks and Evernote and others. We believe this is the best, fastest, safest way to get to hooks. Lightweight smart contracts for the XRPL protocol out there. We believe this is the best way to get to hooks out there. Now we can shortly start building all the things we have envisioned for everyday life utility powered by the XRP ledger protocol. Just make no mistake about it. Stop thinking this is like a lot of people are thinking this is a different thing. It's not. It's not a different thing. The fundamental foundation is the XRPL ledger or XRP ledger protocol. We will continue to build for the entire XRP ledger ecosystem, and everything we build will be open for the entire ecosystem to benefit from. Notice the wording in these things. Look, tell me what you thought about my thesis in the intro about Ripple and the XRPL developers in the beginning. Tell me what you think in the chat. Does it make sense or not? Let me know. We believe a multi-chain XRP ledger protocol ecosystem can bring both the proven resilience of XRPL mainnet and the endless new possibilities of hooks. Multi-chain. Now, you know that RippleX devs are talking about the new XRPL EVM chain. Right? Go over to RippleX Dev, check them out. Talking about the new XRPL EVM chain. We believe a multi-chain XRP ledger protocol ecosystem can bring both the proven resilience of the XRPL mainnet and the endless new possibilities of hooks. Once the Xahau network is fully live, Xum Wallet will obviously be updated to support multiple XRPL protocol networks like XRPL mainnet and this Xahau, whatever it is. We're one step closer to realizing our vision of the XRP ledger protocol. Whose vision? Whose vision? This is what I'm saying. This is how. Look, we're one step closer to realizing our vision of the XRP ledger protocol, finding its way to actual everyday retail adoption. Are you listening to the wording in this thread? This speaks exactly to what I was saying. I've been saying this for months in videos. That's where Ripple and/or I probably put it more so on the developers. They made a judgment call and they took a gig at a company. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll say I was wrong. But as far as I can tell, Stefan Thomas, David Schwartz, and Evan Schwartz worked at Ripple. No DAO, no governance stuff, right? So you got to think about the challenge there of an employee working on an open source decentralized protocol that anyone can get on. And the main peoples, first of all, two of the main peoples left, right? Jed and Arthur. Arthur was like, yeah, I don't need to be at Ripple. I can do my own stuff, right? Jed out, right? And left David. But as far as I could tell, employees, that's a challenge. That's a right? Conflict, if you will. If you're talking about XRPL developers building on this open source thing, in my opinion. And if you pay attention to the wording here, it does exactly what Vijay Van is saying. XRPL Labs, it doesn't work for Ripple. But it wasn't like that in the beginning. And so they come up with an proposed amendment to the mainnet. Why is anyone asking why that's taking so long? Here's why. That's not Ripple's vision. That's why. It's not Ripple's vision. It might be third on the list. It might even be second on the list, but it ain't first on the list. That's why I asked the question on my videos in the beginning, who do you think was guiding the direction of the XRPL? Just a thought. So interesting. That's the tweet, right? Now, that was the tweet. And some people responded kind of to the tweet. This is, and I can't pronounce it, Anish Pungarkar. And that looks like, that's a lady. Looks like a lady there, I believe. It looks like she's the founder and CEO of GitHub. Okay. We are very excited about the upcoming Xahau network. Once the network is live, GitHub will support both chains, with XRPL remaining the default option, and also provide seamless transfer of assets from one chain to another. This, my friends, was supposed to happen in 2012. Collaboration of developers in our projects, not beholden, right? Right? You know, we have businesses, right? There's a difference between the employees we have and the partners we have. There's a different dichotomy, this different thing out there, right? One, they volunteered in, they can volunteer out. The others are employees. It's a different thing. And I think that's what happened there. I think that's what happened. And right underneath that, I have a bookmark here. And I just remember I talked about this? Pierce's Technology, who is partnered with Ripple, gets closer every time. It gets closer every time. This is a tweet. This has nothing to do with the new network. While you wait for the release of the XRPL EVM sidechain. So that's coming over there. Whatever this XRPL EVM sidechain is going to look like. Right? Just something to think about. And if you've been around from the beginning, right? Ripple kept making moves to appear to be more decentralized and/or become more decentralized. All of a sudden, David Schwartz, not an employee at Ripple, but it's kind of his own thing. You see Evan move on. You see Stefan move on, right? Right? Because what do you think they awakened to the reality of? What do you think well, you're right. Who's staying? Who's staying? Ashish Burla, Monica Long, right? Right? Where their strengths can be enhanced and can grow and can be better appreciated. Who left? Developers. Right? Just something to think about. Not all of them. Obviously, we had employees like Marcus Treacher and others move on. But you see my point? Yeah, they got this and they transitioned to a foundation, and they transitioned to this Ripple X thing. Right, but that didn't happen in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, maybe 2018, maybe, but I believe 2020 for all this, foundations and right. Remember, they just transitioned to the bottom up approach. They just transitioned to that. Right? Evernote put something out about this new protocol. Everyone, please familiarize yourselves with the Xahau ledger, the proposed hook sidechain. Everyone yearns to exist. Evernote yearns to exist, and the publication of this white paper is a sign that day approaches. Because Evernote, without the hooks, without a chain with the hooks on it, yeah, interesting. The smart contract sidechain for the XRPL ecosystem. Right? Now I had the white paper pulled up. It's an interesting read, some good stuff. Let me share that real quick. But that's kind of how I see things, right? That doesn't mean it was like ill harm or bad intentions, right? From Ripple or whatever. That doesn't mean that at all. But I'm just kind of sharing with you my kind of thoughts on this whole hooks thing and why we're in a hooks new sidechain moment. So it is XAHAU, the smart contract sidechain for the XRPL ecosystem. They got a little disclaimer in there that this crypto asset white paper has not been approved by any competent authority in any member state of the European Union. Okay. The offerer of the crypto asset is solely responsible for the content of this crypto asset white paper. All right, here it is in summary. The Xahau ledger is the smart contract sidechain for the XRPL ecosystem. It is a fork of the XRP ledger, XRPL's open sourced Ripple code base that embodies all the useful and innovative features of the XRPL, including its environmental sustainability, but tweaks and upgrades the code base to support smart contracts. The features are XRPL Core. Xahau retains the key features that have made the XRPL one of the most enduring and popular networks, including the XRP Ledger Consensus Protocol, previously called Ripple Protocol Consensus Algorithm. The DEX there, and the logic of protecting the ledger against spam and bloat by charging and burning fees in a native token. But it substitutes the recent XLS20 NFTs for the cleaner, simpler URI tokens. Interesting. Hooks and smart contracts. The big new feature of Xahau is hooks, the smart contract implementation for Rippled. Hooks are smart pieces of code installed on an account that opposes rule transaction. You know that. All right. New thing, native token and better tokenomics. Better tokenomics. How so? The Xahau will be secured by its native token, Xahau XRP. Currency code will be XRP plus, 3-letter plus, XRP plus, and powered by better tokenomics. Powerful statement. Designed to reward validators and support smart contracts. It's going to be very, very interesting for them to figure out this incentive to validators. It's going to be very, very interesting. Hopefully they can figure it out. Burn to mint liquidity. As an XRPL sidechain, Xahau will be linked to the XRPL via a one-way burn to mint liquidity portal that allows users to clone their XRPL account address on Xahau and burn XRP on mainnet in return for a matching number of XRP plus. Just to name a few. Guys, check out the white paper. Let me put the link for this white paper in here for you guys so you can check it out as well. So there it is there, guys. Let me get back to the chat. What's going on, Cal Timor? Good to see you. Oh, no. Legendary, YouTube is not great, man, with these notifications, but I appreciate you being here. Cal Timor checked in. Legendary, Alex Jeet's in the building. What's going on, bro? What is the show about today, Alex Jeet? Why the ERC20 always blows up in the price, but the ones developed on the ledger don't? I hope something good comes out of Flare Network at least. No. Alex Jeet says, Siege, would you get a microchip on your hand in order to spend your CBDC or your crypto? No. Would not. Nope. Legendary, I'm the same way. Legendary is like, I'm vehemently opposed to putting anything in my body that or someone else says is required. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of where we are in a crypto Siege's home as well. Screw that nonsense. Let me do this. No, screw that. Not with that at all. I'm not a big fan of CBDCs anyway. Give me a stable coin. I don't want a CBDC. Give me a stable. So look, that's kind of where it is. I think it's going to gain traction personally. But here's the thing, here's the thing. I think that Ripple, this is just the crypto C's belief. I think that Ripple is going to let this thing do its thing. See if it gains some traction. See if it gains traction. See if it any of that. See how any of that works. And then if it does well, it becomes a Bitcoin Cash or close to, you know what I mean? They'll just approve it and put it on the mainnet. Right? Again, I say to you, what's wrong with the $3 billion market cap? What's wrong? What's wrong with it? And I still think there are community developers out there just waiting for smart contracts on the XRPL. Just waiting, chomping at the bit, probably, smoking cigarettes and drinking, can't wait frantically in anticipation of smart contracts on this genius of a blockchain called the XRPL. I believe that 10,000%. Jody's like, anticipation for the next bull run is dreadful. Yes, indeed. Yes, it is. This is why I'm so grateful, right? So look, so grateful for recognizing the pattern. Building in the bear market is massively important. The challenge is that a lot of people aren't building. A lot of people that are holders of digital assets, they're not building their own thing. They don't have a side hustle. They don't have a cash flow business. They don't have some extra income in. They're not improving their skills. They're waiting for Win Moon. And meanwhile, year one goes by, year two goes by, and year three goes by, and there is no alt season. Right? The past couple of years, this has been the time to get that side hustle, start your own business, work from home, freaking figure out an insanely profitable cash flow business like we have done, right? Figure that out so that you can do some stuff during this bear, right? That's the challenge, because waiting around, and here's the worst part, how much control do we really have? What control do we have for changing up when this bull run happens. We don't have any, it's completely out of our control. Who's got Jerome Powell on speed dial? Anybody? We got no control over that, man. This Jody. No control over it, Jody. None. So how sad is it that Bitcoin Ben is out of his own YouTube channel, his own show, BitBoy Crypto? He's out. Why? They did a little statement thing in the last live stream here. First few minutes, dude's on there reading the statement that the Bit Network, I don't even know what they call themselves. It's a Bit Network, and there's two companies that kind of run BitBoy Crypto. Parted ways, and apparently immediately parted ways. And alluded to, they didn't allude to it, they mentioned substance abuse and the treatment of employees. The real big will is says no one, right? No one. Better start the LLC and get moving. You just got to get going. You start side hustle if you got to, but you got to get going in your own thing where you control it. Then acquire some skills so that you can get better. Goodness, got AI going on you. Got AI going on you, right? Everyone needs to have a personal AI assistant. If you don't, I would ask you, why not? Right? You got no control over wind, moon. You got no control. And because Jerome Powell and central banks that can do their own thing, you can't just, personally, how can you just rely on, right? Your dollar spends better. The way your dollar spends is completely, utterly independent of you. How well it spends, you have nada to say with how well your dollar spends. Did you know that? You got no say on how well your dollar spends, which means the only answer to that is you got to make more dollars. Because you got no control over what the central bankers are going to do. The central bankers determine how well your dollar spends. You don't determine that. Right? And we're learning in the digital asset space that we can control when moon, because Bitcoin has moved away from being an uncorrelated asset class to now being correlated. It's correlated in the global picture of what's going to happen with interest rates, right? With the NASDAQ, with the S&P, it's in there now. Yeah. You know, that 2017 thing was cool. It was amazing. It was cool. Little 2020 thing was, that wasn't bad either, but it wasn't 2017, 2018. No, was not that. Only a few things moved 2020. Only a few little things like Matter, thank God. Only a few little things like EGLD, thank God. But only a few. So that's kind of where we are. Pookie, what's going on, my friend? What's going on? So yeah, Bitcoin Ben, that's trouble right there. I pray for him. I hope that he tackles the substance abuse thing. Look, I don't know if he has a substance abuse problem. This is what they read in the statement publicly. You can't just not say that. You can't just put that out if you don't have some facts behind it. And people willing to testify to that fact. If he decides to sue them. So that's looking like that's the real deal. Bitcoin Ben is good at what he does. He's a marketer. He's good at what he does. He's a marketer. How do you get two companies to you know, put up the fork up the cash to get big boy crypto and show going. How do you do that? You got to be good at marketing. They know he's smart and he's good at marketing. What's going on, Boston Mash? I was just listening to Benjamin Cowan and Gareth Soloway. Really, really smart guys, traders, especially Gareth. Gareth's been trading 20 years. Gareth Soloway says the reason why people don't make money in crypto and alts is because they dollar cost average in and buy the dip. He's saying that's why they don't make money. That's interesting. First time I ever heard such a thing. My guy Data Dash said the same thing. He says what we should be doing is keeping that dirty, nasty fiat off to the side until we are in the trend reversal. Because the smart money knows how to perpetuate buying the dip narrative. Yeah. So look, we were blessed 2017, 2018, blessed 2020, blessed. But what they say makes complete sense to me. Data Dash is no slouch. He knows all the markets. Gareth Soloway, all the market. He called the Bitcoin stuff before everyone did. Yep. And Ben is kind of almost like a, you know, I don't know, in the BTC community, like a god almost. So that's our strategy, right? I know I said I was going to do the 2 for $3, 2 for $1, 3 for $1. But yeah, you know, I'm paying for knowledge right now because I want to know when the trend officially flips, when it's time to bring that dirty, nasty fiat from the sidelines into the market. That's what I'll be doing. From people who just have more experience than me doing it, not from YouTubers, not from YouTubers who know just as much as you or I about these markets, who most of them just got in the space in 2017, maybe. Most of them is 2018, 2019, 2020 or later, these YouTubers. Just like vast majority don't know how to trade. And ultimately, you got to know how to trade. And not day trading and not necessarily swing trading. Trading, knowing when to enter the market. Knowing when to enter and knowing when to get out. This is what you got to know. Miss Crypto C checked in. Right? This is what you got to know. And so I'm just, you know, I'm paying to learn. I'm paying to learn. Gareth, pay. What's this? Ben Cowan, dude. I think I just had to subscribe to Ben's thing. Data Dash, pay. I got to learn. It's an investment. Like it's an investment. We got to be willing to invest in ourselves. That's what I'm doing. I know the market. I know the digital asset space is here to stay. But from everything that I've learned, it's just better to hold that dirty, nasty fiat until whatever. Obviously, do you take some notes? Do you get yourself an Excel spreadsheet? Do you get an app? Do you have a watch list? Do you do your homework and do your due diligence? Do you know about centrifuge, high-low, not high-low, silo, hash flow? Do you know about HFT? Do you know about CFG? Do you know about silo? Do you know about zigzag? Do you know about Casper? Right? Do you know about Polygon, ZK, EVM, and the Matic changing to POL? Sure, you got to learn those stuff. And then just take some notes. Get yourself a spreadsheet for what you want. Because the moment in time for the best period to buy is coming. And I think there's been like this little narrative or just whatever, because we keep hearing you can't call the top and you can't call the bottom. Well, that's not what a period looks like. A period doesn't look like the very top and the very bottom. It looks like a range of the better time to buy and the better time to sell. It's a range. It's not 30-second. It's a range, right? It's a range. And by the way, there is an asset. There's a little chart. Ben is working on it. I've been playing around with this little chart that tracks the strategy of dollar cost averaging. Do you have that tool? You got access to it? Tracks the strategy of dollar cost averaging as opposed to lump summing in, which is keeping dirty, nasty fiat off to the side, right? And compares them. And I'm just saying, not in every scenario, but 70 to 80%, the DCA Bitcoin strategy. Not altcoins, Bitcoin. And the reason is, to me, is just really, really simple. There's so many altcoins. How are you going to know? Like how are you going to know? With there being so many alts, I'm just in my brain thinking it's just better to keep the dirty, nasty fiat to the side. Wait for that range when the trend is showing its ugly head. Buy, best price, like that, period. Then get in. But that DCA Bitcoin thing, that consistent 8 to 12x, how are you arguing with that? How are you complaining? How are you complaining? Look, and we all know that's going to go down. Of course, it has to go down. It's going to go down. It's going to go from 10 to 8 to 6 to 5. It'll be just like a 5x thing. Next thing you know, we're talking 100, 200%. Of course, but it's not here yet. Yeah, but I've been playing around with that little chart thing he has. Interesting. By the way, XRP DCA didn't do too bad. But when you have a 67,000% run, what do you expect? I think it was like 67,000%. Like, what do you expect when you see something like that? But the market, again, Bitcoin, the digital assets space has moved into the global macro picture. You got to pay attention to that. You just got to pay attention to it. We're going to have these bear market, 3 and 4 year bear markets. That's just going to be what it is. Which ultimately means, I believe, got to adjust the strategies. Yeah. So there it is, guys. Look, I wanted to bring that to you. Prayers to Bitcoin Ben. I hope that if in fact it's true that there's a substance abuse issue, I hope that he takes the time to get well, because everyone suffers in that situation. All right, guys, look, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been a really, really, really cool hang. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Legendary, Miss Crypto Siege, love you. Boston Mash, appreciate you being here. Jody Doe, Pookie, and the Real Big Will, appreciate you being here. Was that you who checked into our insane, crazy business, Big Will? Was that you, bro? Legendary, Alex G. Cal T. Moore, appreciate you being here. Jungle checked in, fam. Jungle, always appreciate Jungle checking in. Michael O2 and BJ Johnson, guys, do me a favor. If you didn't smash that like button on the way in, no worries. Just do me a favor and smash it on the way out. And if you've been hanging out watching the Crypto Seas and haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video like the one I'm about to, not this live stream. I'm going to upload another one in a second. All right, guys, look, I'm going to end this live stream like I do all my live streams. Remind you guys of this. That old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.